All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. And I've noticed a couple people commenting and saying like, why don't you just mine Verus on a CPU? And I have done that. I haven't done it exclusively. I just kind of tested it and pulled it off there. But there's one guy that's commented a few times, and people have commented underneath him, and he was like, "Dude, just get a Ryzen 9 3900X used." And then put it on Verus because they get 25 mega hash. And I'm like, let's see what they're going for. Let's see if this is plausible. Obviously, this ain't none of it profitable. It ain't never gonna make its money back. I mean, this is me, you know, planning for the worst, hoping for the best. But I figured it might make a good video to just roll through everything together. So this is currently the cheapest buy it now on eBay for a Ryzen 9 3900X working with no issues, $185. I'd say that's actually a pretty good deal. So we'll start off just throwing together a bare bones system. So 185 bucks. We're gonna add on $75 for a motherboard. Let's say just a generic AM4 motherboard that'll run this. Let's say another $50 for a power supply because you gotta have a power supply. Then you need a little bit of RAM. Let's say you absolutely skimp out, spend 40 bucks on RAM, so you're up to 350 bucks. Then you just need we'll say a $20 solid state or USB. I guess you could run it off a USB if you're running like Simple Miner or something. We'll say 20 bucks for like a cheap SSD. Now this doesn't come with a cooler, so you will need a cooler. I'm gonna be generous here and say 30 bucks. Probably end up being a little bit more than that, but look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You're at $400 to get 25 mega hash. And I checked on hashrate.no, and it looks like Verus coin right here on a 3900X does 25.1 mega hash, and that's at 105 watts. Reason why that's important is because these phones definitely don't burn no 100 watts, but they don't make 25 mega hash either. So a really popular one that I have not got my hands on, so I'm not going to speak off of that phone from having no experience with it, but I am going to speak off of the TCL A3. So I have one of those. It's been running rock solid steady at 3.5 mega hash out of the box. It's not overheating. It's not doing anything crazy. You don't have to go mod nothing or change nothing. And right now they're 39 on Amazon. Let's see what they are on Walmart. They're 39 on Walmart. They were on sale for 29. They were $10 off. But you know what? We'll go with the higher price point just to see how it turns out. Now these do come with a power brick and a cable. So and we didn't add tax onto the eBay stuff, so we're not going to add tax onto this either, just to keep that out of the equation because different states have different taxes and blah, 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 blah. Just trying to keep it super simple. So we'll round it up to 40 bucks. Might as well. $40 gets us 3.5 mega hash, right? So to get 25 mega hash, we'll divide that by 3.5. That means we need 7.1 phones. So our 7 times 40, we're at 280 bucks. Interesting. So we still have room to go. For 400 bucks, you can get 10 phones. Divide that by 40. That's 10 phones. 10 phones times 3.5 mega hash equals 35 mega hash. So a budget used parts bin thrown together 3900X system could pay for 10 brand new cell phones. Some people would argue and say that the cell phones aren't going to have as long of a shelf life. You're going to have battery swell, you're going to have this, you're going to have that. Potentially, I don't know. I just haven't done it long enough myself. I am running a 5-watt fan cooling mine. I do have the back cover removed. By the way, the TCL A3 does have a removable back cover. You don't have to like tear the phone apart to get the back of it off, so that's kind of nice. It's currently mining at 26 degrees Celsius on all cores, so it's not really getting like super hot or anything. But just trying to keep with what I know. Apparently, the Galaxy A03s, if you can find them for the right price, they do almost 5 mega hash, a little over 4 mega hash, and they have a really good battery in them, one that doesn't swell. So you get more benefits there, but I don't have that one yet. I'm gonna order one of those just to try it out. But it just for me right now, and the thing is I have like CPUs, which I need to get one of those up and running just to have like a good comparison. Oh, I forgot. Let's not forget the actual like power draw on these. So earlier I was talking and I was like, oh, I think blah blah blah. This one's probably using 5-10 watts. Well, it's hard to know without actually having a kilowatt meter. But a buddy of mine reached out to me. He's run a couple different phones, and one with a similar chipset as the TCL A3. He actually has the TCL A3X. We're going to be going over that in another video coming up. Hopefully, you guys are ready for more phone mining content, because we're kind of going to be doing some phone mining content until the store gets open. The store videos I basically put on pause until we move in, because there's no need to talk about it. But anyway, the TCL A3X has a slightly higher clock speed chipset or CPU in it, and he's doing 8 watts on his at full tilt. So I would imagine the one with the same architecture but lower clock speed is probably doing less. But we'll round up and we'll say it's doing 8 watts like the big boy. So to equal out our 25 megahash is 7 phones times 8 watts. We're looking at half the wattage, 56 watts, instead of that 105 watts for 25 megahash. So if you spent $400, you bought 10 of these, you have 10 of them times 8, you're doing 80 watts for 35 megahash. So less wattage, more hash. Some would say easier setup, some would say worse setup. Some people would say, oh, it's more confusing because it's spread across more devices. And then, some people would argue, oh, well, it's more devices. So if one of them goes down, it doesn't take the whole thing down. So like if the CPU mining rig goes down, all 25 megahash are gone. But if one phone goes down, you might still have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 phones still running. So there's pros and cons to everything. I'm not making these cell phone mining videos being like, you don't need to CPU mine. CPU mining's bad. That's not what I'm saying here, guys. I'm just exploring another side of the hobby, and I never really got big into the cell phone mining back in like the Electronium days. I wish I did more. I only had like 3 or 4 phones. I'm actually surpassed that already now. I have 4 phones, and we're gonna be ordering some more. That's gonna be on the next video. But it's just I like it. It's interesting, And then at the end of the day, if you're done with it, you can throw them on eBay, mark them down really, really cheap, and they'll still sell. You can get your money back out of them. Obviously, you probably could get your money back better out of like used PC hardware. I don't know. It's a toss up. It's a toss up either way. But wrapping this up full circle, the Ryzen 9 3900X is not more efficient, and it's not cheaper, and it doesn't produce more hash rate for the dollar than cell phone mining on Verus coin, like with those caveats. Can you do more with the Ryzen 9 3900X? Absolutely. You can actually mine and make more money doing random X. So it looks like you can make 53 cents a day, and that profits about 27 cents a day on Nice Hash, Random X, which is Monero. Or doing straight Monero, you're only profiting 10 cents. Zephyr apparently is profiting 40 cents. But yeah, so I have some 3900Xs that I'll probably put into service, and I'm probably going to put those on Random X, put those on Monero, because I just don't see putting them on Verus coin. Actually, right now it says Verus coin would be losing 4 cents a day because it's only generating 22 cents a day. So yeah, it's pretty much that's how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. And not making this video to to bash this or bash that. I just kind of wanted to clear up maybe a little bit of misinformation that was going on in the comments section. Not trying to steer people towards cell phone mining or away from cell phone mining. It's just something different. And I really like the low barrier of entry. To get into like classically GPU or CPU mining, you need a whole system, you need hundreds of dollars. If you want to get into cell phone mining, you need an old phone or even your current phone. You could do it on it. I know I've talked to some guys that they turn on their miner whenever they go to bed. They plug their phone in and they run the miner then. Or if while they're at work, they plug the phone in at work and let it run there. And then whenever they leave and unplug it, they turn it off so it doesn't, destroy their battery and run it dead. Um, and then if you want to expand, you're only expanding in small increments. So for example, oh, let me spend 30, 40 bucks and grab another phone, add a little bit more hash rate in like increments. That doesn't always work for everybody, but you know, some people on a budget. That's why you don't see me with a whole wall full of cell phones. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Didn't mean this to be a super long video. I just thought it was interesting because I was doing some old napkin math upstairs, and I'm just like, because he almost had me convinced. The comments like, why am I wasting my time with these cell phones when I could just plug in a 3900X and wipe the floor with these, but they would burn more power and cost more, even though technically it wouldn't cost me more because I already have it. But why would I mine Verus coin with it when I can make more money mining something else? It's just it's a conundrum. Yeah, it's a conundrum. All right. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Adios. Bye.